the one thing that I see is maybe you guys can manage the differences and I can manage the differences. But what I see in social media and in this world is when we somehow can befriend somebody who believes in something totally different than what we believe, or even will befriend someone who's against, like Daryl Davis befriending the KKK, things like that. Sometimes our friends or other people are the ones who say, shame on you. How can you say you're proud and gay? Or how can you say you're a good rabbi if you befriend somebody? And I'm sometimes flabbergasted that is not the thinker, but sometimes there's supporters that are trying to keep them straight, keep them honest. And I don't mean gay and straight, but on the straight and narrow with their agenda, gaily forward, moving gaily forward in their agenda. And so I think that that's one of the things that the rabbi and I have been trying to work on, helping everyone, as you call it, radical accountability. We're talking about everyone think for themselves, not what other people want them to say. These borrowed ethics don't serve us well.
One of my modern day heroes is Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks, Chief Rabbi of England, just passed away this year. He
passed away?
Just passed away from he was long battled with cancer. He was
I'm
72.
sorry.
If you're not familiar with him, please look him up online. There's just endless talks and lectures and discussions. He has an interview with Richard Dawkins. So you have Chief Orthodox Rabbi talking with one of the most prominent atheists of the generation, and they're actually friends. And somehow he was able to navigate that inconsistency. And the way you expressed it, Scott, was just so on target.
It was
is
beautiful.
that every human being is created in the image of God. And that means that every human being is deserving of basic respect. And, unless there are certain lines, but they're few.
Yeah.
And most of us haven't crossed them. Yeah. To consciously say, you say that, in the Jewish dietary laws, you can't mix milk and meat. Right? So there are two types of transgressors. There's a person who says, I like cheeseburgers. I'm going to eat what I like. And there's the other type who says, I don't like cheeseburgers, but I know God doesn't want me to eat one, and so I'm going to eat it. You don't have too many of those. Yeah. Most of us are trying to do the right thing. And many of us are doing a lot of good things, even if we may not agree with each other on every detail. And it doesn't mean I'm compromising my values. It means, as you say, we live in a pluralistic society, and that means I have to accommodate a lot of people who don't think my way. And I can manage that because principled compromise is a way that allows us to get along with one another, find the commonality, as you said, and build a healthier society.
I will also argue that the challenges facing our species in the foreseeable future are massive. As we all know, we are living in the middle of the most significant public health crisis of all of our lives so far, probably the last century. But anyone who thinks that this is the last time we're going to have a situation of this consequence, I will argue, is living in a fool's paradise. And not only that, but other challenges we have coming up may well be worse. We have got to, as a people, be able to do two things. Number one, connect so that the intellectual and creative capital that the human race has within it to be able to deal with these can be fully utilized. But number two, we have to be able to lead. Leadership is also, I believe, an ethical issue when faced with serious problems. If, though, we do not have a fundamental level of self-confidence, we cannot lead, because we can't inspire any people. Don't follow. It's a fundamental human nature. They don't follow people that don't have self-confidence. And that means to me, having self-confidence in who I am and what my beliefs are. I have thought through my beliefs, and I'm just using myself as an example, but I have thought through my beliefs, and I'm open to having them challenged and thinking through them again. Not only that, I am self-confident in who and what I am. And when you are truly self-confident, there is the ability to withstand arrows. You have resilience, and that means the resilience to be able to move on and not crumble if someone disagrees with you about something fundamental. I could reach back and say, Rabbi, you just said that you think the Torah says XYZ. Well, it does say XYZ. That's how you interpret it. And that means that you are homophobic and point fingers and be all indignant and find superficial power and drama in all of that. That isn't self-confidence. Self-confidence is saying that person believes what they do. That's cool. I'm not personalizing that. That's not about me. I know who and what I am in my core. Now let's move forward and fight this challenge. That to me is confidence. We need it. The stakes are too high.
Wow.
Bravo.
I'm flabbergasted. I'm not often, I don't get shut up very often, do I, Rabbi? Scott Mason, you shut me up.
I think I got a gold star today. Yeah.
My brother would say now I'm the perfect woman with ideas, but no voice. There you go.
That I disagree with.
Well, my brother when we were kids. Now he's not that way. In fact, he married a wonderful woman with beautiful opinions. She's gladly will share with anyone. So that's good. Wow, you guys did good. I'm just so very excited. Here we have discussions about things that are world changing. So I'm going to ask everybody to be thinking about what they're going to do differently.